Hey, what's going on YouTube? I kind of realized that I don't have a actual branded deck profile on my channel, so I figured I might as well show off what I'm running right now. It is a casual deck. It's not really competitive, but I figured, fuck it, might as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. I am running 2 Fallen Albaz. 2 is really all you need. 3 is a little cloggy, but 1's not enough. 2 is the perfect amount. Plus, I also run 1 Albion, the Strata Dragon. He also counts as Fallen Albaz when he's like in the graveyard. So that does come and can come up. And he also does help too when he's like in the graveyard. He can pitch spells and traps from the deck to the graveyard, and when he's in the hand, and then shuffle himself back. So he really helps with like consistency too. But he's only a 1-of. I do run 3 Spriggan Kits, and then 3 Mercurier, just for like added consistency. Because Mercurier, when he's banished, you get to add a Fallen Albaz or a monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand. And then Spriggan's Kit is kind of the same thing, but with spells and traps. So it's just really good budget option if you want to like speed it up, but if you don't want to spend a whole lot. They do come in the structure deck if you pick that up like a while back. I am running 3 Alibert. When he's normal or special summoned, you get to add a any branded card. So he's good for like consistency. I am running 2 Tragedy. When he's sent to the graveyard or when he's banished, you get to add a Despia monster for your deck to your hand. So he also helps with consistency too, adding whatever you need. And then I do run 1 Dramaturge. He also gives he gives you a negate, and when he's used for a fusion material, you get to special summon him, so he's just a free summon. I also do run 1 Ad Libium of Despia. If you wanted to, you could cut the Ad Libium for another Dramaturge, but I just run him just because it's Monster Reborn effectively. So, and then I run 1 Alistair the Invoker to go into the fusion. And then 1 Light Hex Sealed Fusion, and then 3 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler could be anything, like Ash Blossom or Ghost Ogre, but I prefer Effect Veiler just because it's a light, and you can use it for the fusion summonings that require a light target. So that's why I'm running it over Ash, but if you wanted to replace it with Ash, you can. I do run 3 Theater, the field spell, because it is basically a poly. And then 1 Branded Fusion, because it got hit to 1 on the ban list. I am running 2 Branded in Red. It's really good. You can add back stuff in your grave to your hand and then banish materials, so it acts as another poly. I do run 1 Branded Lost for consistency because it allows you to add monsters from your deck to your hand. That list Fallen Albaz. So you can just thin out your deck and then grab whatever you need, like Mercurier, for instance. I also do run 2 Branded Lost, just to help out with like more fusion summoning, and then 1 Red Eyes Fusion to go for Dragoon. And then I'm also running 1 pot of Prosperity, just to help with consistency. It did get hit to 1. I'm kind of sad about that I can't run 3 anymore, but it just kind of is what it is. I'm also running 3 Allure of Darkness. Again, help out with consistency, and you can banish the Tri-Brigade Mercurier, and then you get the effect to add Spriggan's Kit, and then you can just kind of go off from there. and I'm also running 1 Foolish Burial, and then 2 Fusion Deployments, because you can special summon the Fallen Albaz, and then get Fallen Albaz's effect to go into a fusion, to steal one of your opponent's monsters and then go for a fusion summon. And then I am running 3 Branded Retribution. Does give you a negate if you're to set it, but I mostly use it for its banishing effect. So you can banish it from the graveyard and then set a spell or trap from graveyard back to the field. So you get to reuse Branded in Red or Branded Fusion, anything like that. So it does act as a second copy or third copy of Branded Fusion. And then for the extra deck, I'm running 2 Libellion, and then 2 Mirror Jade, and then 2 Albion. Libellion goes into Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is an interruption, and then Albion is basically another fusion summon. Which is really good because Branded Fusion got hit. You need as much fusion summoning as possible. I also run 1 Ticket Clan, the Ast Dragon, 1 Brigand, the Glory Dragon. So that's it for the Branded Fusions. For the Despia stuff, I'm running 2 Masquerades, and then 1 Despian Cortez. Cortez basically makes all your opponent's monsters attack 0, and then Masquerade basically makes it where whenever your opponent activates an effect, they gotta pay like 600. So if you're able to get 2 of them, it's 1200 per thing, and then you can just slowly use burn damage to whittle away, kind of like Death by 1,000 paper cuts. So they're kind of cool. I also run 1 Rigdrum, the Striking Dragon, and then 1 Guardian Chimera. Chimera also helps with consistency because you can draw 3 cards off of it. I am running 1 Evoked Macabre, and then of course 1 Dragoon. Dragoon for obviously the negation, and it can pitch a card from hand like Tragedy. You get a search, and then of course it can do burn damage, and then of course Macabre, the same thing. You get a negation out of it. So they're really cool, good. And then that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a playtest real quick, just see, because it is more of a balanced deck. So let me just do a quick playtest to see, or to show the kind of play you can do with it. Alright. So you draw your 5. And then, so if you open up this, let's say you're going first, so you activate the Alert Darkness to see if you can draw into anything. You can't, but let's say if you don't activate the alert, you just activate the Red Ice Fusion first. So you pitch where are you? The Light Hexoid Fusion, and then Albion. And then you summon Dragoon. And then I believe you can't summon after you activate Red Eyes, but you can still activate card effects. So Albion effect, since he is in the graveyard, you can pitch the trap card from deck to grave, and then you can add him on to the bottom. So that way, when you set up for next turn, that's already in the grave, and then you get to add another card back. And of course, you can always activate the Alert Darkness if you didn't do that first. To draw 2, and then banish Tragedy. In Tragedy effect, you gotta search. So search for Aliber. And then when it's next turn, you can start kind of popping off. Normal summon Aliber, get the Branded Fusion. And then, of course, activate the fusion, does send, and then, of course, eventually you'll end up activating the Branded Red and then adding it back off of Retribution. But depending on, like, the hand, it's kind of... You always have, like, something you can do. But, again, this deck isn't really competitive, or at least my version isn't. It's just more casual. But, yeah, that's it for the deck profile. If you liked it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.